What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to this, I want to call it the season finale, but the series finale of Yuri on Ice. You know what, we're just gonna say episode 12 of Yuri on Ice. We'll just pretend that the cancellation doesn't exist. How about that? If this is your first time at the channel, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Hannah and I'm a competitive figure skater. I began skating at the age of 6 and coached for 10 years of that. And I'm gonna be getting back into competing here soon. So I like to say I know a thing or two about skating. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not my first time watching the show. This is actually my second time watching the show. I watched it in 2016 as it was coming out because I was very much in the figure skating world at that time. But now I'm revisiting it as an anime fan. But because I have seen it before and I am a figure skater, this reaction series is a little bit different than what you might be used to. I do a lot of pausing, I do a lot of talking, and I focus on the realism within the sport, within the show, rather than just reacting to the show as a whole. So if that is something you are interested in, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. Also, you can get all of these reactions early and unedited on my Patreon, along with some Patreon exclusives that are starting up soon, which are going to be Sakamoto Days and Dandadan, so make sure to check that out. The link is in my description. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the free skate, so I think we're just going to dive right in, so let's go. Oh, that's right. Why? No. No one retires after a Grand Prix final. It's not a great way to go into the free skate. I don't remember how this goes. I'm obviously misremembering something. The guy with the Canadian flag. All right, here we go. He's very out of it. There you go. Skating is like this, though. You can have the competition of your life, and then the next one, you just fall apart. There you go. Well, I was gonna say, that looked like a step out. That was a loop? That did not look like, they did it. He did a loop in the short program that looked like a loop, but that, I don't know what that was. That was not a jump. 213? What the heck is happening? Oh my god. Pachit's score in the short program was the only one that felt correct. Oh. It's so funny though. This is actually very realistic. There's a running joke within the figure skating fandom where it's like, if the men have like a really solid short program where, you know, I would call the short program solid. We had Yuri just put his hand down and then JJ was the only one who like didn't skate very well in the short program. That would be considered a good short program. Like we had a lot of clean skates, but the running joke would be the free skate's gonna be cursed and it's just gonna be a complete disaster. And so far we have 2 going that have made mistakes where it's like, why did you make that mistake? Anyway, it's funny to me. I feel like this is what I'm feeling like. This show is focusing on like Twitter version of figure skating, while Metal is focused on more of a normal version of skating. That's if I had to like explain it to someone, that's how I would. Yuri on Ice is Twitter skating. Medalist is like people at the rink, like actual figure skating. Oh, and he wants all the skaters to be a part of it. Just gonna rope all of them in. All right, it's Yuri's turn. Oh boy. I don't remember how this goes at all. He's got a very long way to go if he wants to win. See, once again, his scoring is like the only score that's felt realistic so far. Yeah, you gotta be quick. You have a time limit. It's just a deduction if you don't start on time, but... Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. He like couldn't do his Sal. You have to be perfect and you have to hope for some major mistakes from the others. Or at least from Yurio. So you just gotta like throw out a quad loop because he changed his... He's gonna do a quad flip. No, a quad toe. Yeah. See, that looked like the correct jump sequence. Flip, yeah, at the end. That's crazy. Quad flip at the very end of your free skate. That's nearly impossible. All right, well, he just staked his claim on that gold medal, even though he's got a long way to go. That's around, yeah, world record, I was gonna say. See, I didn't really agree with Yurio breaking the world record in the short program because his program is very good, but like an average program. He had a quad sow, quad toe, triple axel. I think 2 of them were after the halfway mark. So it was a very average-ish program that was done very well, but not really worthy of a world record. Even at this time, like in 2016, Yuzuru Hanyu was on top. And he was doing, yes, he was just doing like a quad sow and a quad toe. However, his skating was so far and beyond everyone in the field. If he skated clean, yes, he was doing world records because he was actually like the skater. Like when it comes to Yurio, like he's 15. He should not be getting high enough component scores to be doing world records, not to mention 118 has never been done. I think the world record's like 113. So that skate with Yuri, he had a quad flip at the very end. Like he had, I think 3 of the 4 quads after the halfway mark. So yeah, that makes more sense. And even then, the 221 is more on par with like a real life score. The 118 was just so far out of it. I was like, okay, we're getting a little crazy here with the numbers. 319 is very good, yeah. That's gotta be something that's like is Victor gonna have to come back to have Yuri continue to skate? Who knows? Because there's no more show. This was a bad idea. I mean, that's still the highest base value quad. Yeah, if you make a mistake and you accidentally... See, they're doing these sequences right now. These actually look like something half loop triple sow, which is the correct way of doing it. If you make a mistake on a jump early on that's supposed to be a combo, you have to do math and figure out where to put it, because you need the points. That will go behind Yuri though, so. As it should. What? Okay. Yeah. Why would you time that right before he skates? That'll most likely go ahead of Yuri. Oh. Okay. I don't know anymore. Oh, that's funny. Definitely looked like a quad toe to me. But that's okay. A rip-on axle, nice. And that doesn't make the base value go up, it just makes the grade of execution go up. Okay, so we did find out. Oh, he beat him by 0.12. That's crazy. And JJ ended up on top. Okay. Interesting scoring. I definitely might do breakdowns of the short program and the free skate because I felt like the scoring in this competition, or in this show, I should say, the competitions leading up to the final, the scoring seemed pretty normal. But this one was just all over the place, man. Like, I wanna dissect it a little bit more. I'm trying to not get too into these side details because I know this show is about to end forever. Pisses me off. This was a bad idea, guys. I'm like literally like seething right now because they're developing a story here that I'm not gonna know what happens. I'm gonna have to make it up in my own imagination. So you're gonna have to kiss him instead. So he gonna come back but also coach, which is impossible. You don't do that. I competed and coached at the same time because I had to pay for my skating, but I would teach skaters who were starting out, like very young skaters. You can't coach someone who you're competing against. I think that's actually against the rules. Oh, that's... So it was actually Stefan Lambiel, yeah. How do I not remember this? Oh my god. So you're gonna be his competitor, his coach, and his lover. We'll see how that works out for you. Well, that's the end. I knew if I was going to start this that I was probably going to be upset at the end because Mappa did Mappa things. I think what's hardest is I believe they got, well, so that was actually Stefan Lambiel. I think they actually got Nobunari Oda to do the last episode as well. These are real life skaters, like very well-known skaters. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, like Jeffrey Buttle was a part of making, because it was gonna be a movie next. They obviously were putting in the work and they just canceled it. As much as I hate to say it, as someone who loves shonen, they canceled it in favor of Jujutsu Kaisen and all the other big shonens that they have, Chainsaw Man, you know, which like they needed to cancel something. There was so much crap going on, especially when like Jujutsu Kaisen was airing the Shibuya arc, where it was like obvious that they were just so overworked. Like they had way too much stuff. There is a Mappa panel at Anime Expo that I'm going to. As of right now, it's 2 weeks away. I cannot go to it because I will be pissed. I will be so, especially now that like I've rewatched Yuri on Ice, and now I'm like more annoyed than when I first saw the announcement that it was canceled. Because when they canceled it, what was it, 6 months ago or whatever, I hadn't rewatched it. It had been almost 10 years since I had watched it. I was sad, yes, but I was also like, okay, whatever. Now I'm like, I shouldn't have done this because now I'm like mad. They were putting in the work. They were hiring very well-known skaters to help with this. It probably would have been way better than this first series was. But they went the route of money, which it is a for-profit company. I can't really blame them for going the route of what's going to make them money. It just hurts. And I do this as I literally stare. I have a figure that I'm giving to a friend in its box as my stand to make my camera up a little bit higher. And it's Choso from Jujutsu Kaisen. And now I'm bitter. I don't even like Jujutsu Kaisen that much. I'll be so for real. Maybe that's a hot take, but I know why it's popular. I get it. So that was the free skate. I kind of really want to break down some of these competitions in Yuri on Ice now. I was breaking down some stuff in Medalist, and that was fun, going through scoring. And now I really want to because I feel like the scoring of the Grand Prix final in both events was just kind of all over the place. So let me know if you want that. I'm gonna go cry in a corner now because I'm mad again. But that's gonna be it for this video and for this series. So thank you if you joined me on the entire ride. Thank you for joining. We got some Medalist stuff coming up. I'm gonna be talking about the manga and some other things and probably some more Yuri on Ice stuff. We'll see. Also, update as of recording this, and I think it'll be before this video actually goes up. This video is actually going up while I'm at Anime Expo. So that means that I'll have had my first lesson. But that's gonna be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you all for something. Bye.